We'll start tonight with our first hymn, number 31, Safe in the Arms of Jesus.
Stay seated.
Well, good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us. I do apologise. I thought they were ready to start in church. As you know, if you're regulars to us, we can't play the hymns on Facebook because of copyright reasons. So always watch for Frank or whoever's chairing to come to the front. And I misjudged that one. So we'll just be a minute more. But thank you for joining us tonight, and Happy New Year, everyone. We've got Lainey Baine with us tonight as our medium, a very good friend of the church and regular online. So I'm really looking forward to Lainey joining us later. Good to see some regular faces online. Happy New Year, everyone. Mandy and Jan, Sandy, Helen, Trina, Pamela, Diana. Great to have you all with us tonight. I'll just give them a minute to do their hymn, and then we will go back to the church for tonight's opening prayer, the healing prayer, and the Bible reading. So we'll be back with them shortly.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the new year, 2023, and welcome to our church. Our medium tonight is Elaine Grant, who has stepped in at short notice, gets out of a hole, and online, waiting in the wings for everybody, is Lainey Baine. And I'll now invite Elaine to open the service in prayer, and this will be followed by the Lord's Prayer.
All right, hello everybody, and Happy New Year. And as we sit here for a moment and contemplate that there is a new year ahead, and I ask you just bow your heads for a moment, just so that we can sit in this energy of love and light that comes from the world of spirit. And as we sit there for a moment, just thinking of a loved one at this time. And I invite all those loving, healing energies from the world of spirit to make us feel refreshed for a new year ahead. to inspire us to look forward to all the connections that we will have with people, whether here or in the spirit world. And I ask for that love and that light to comfort us at a time of need. Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass. I will now light our church candle, and I ask if you can to light a candle at home, those of you who are watching us. As we do this, I invite you to ask your loved ones in spirit to draw close to us now, so that we may feel their presence and their love around us. May this be the candle to light and enlighten us all. May it be the light of strength and love that spreads all around the world. The fire that enables us to burn out all our pride, our selfishness, and the impurities that are within us. May it be the flame that brings warmth into our hearts, warmth towards our families, our neighbours, our friends, and all those around us, and those we meet on our life's journey, and all those who need it most. We now come to our healing part of the service. I ask you to join me now in sending out love and light to all those in need of healing. Loving thoughts and prayers create a strong healing energy that can reach all around the world to all the people and places that need it most. I'll begin by reading the names from our church healing book and then offer a healing prayer. And now our prayers are asked for Darren, Claire, Derrin, Jimmy, Lorraine, Jenny, Alan, Ray, Maureen, John, Tracy, Karen, Hazel, Wendy, Greta Clark, David, John, Lucy, Katie, Jenny, Kelly and Annabelle and Bobby, Julie, Will, Bonnie, Margaret, Alan, Jenny, Joan, Heather, Veronica, Claire and David, Reese, Jake, Pat and Margaret. And Tony, Karen, and Jack and David and their family and friends. Brenda Foster, Wendy, Paul, Joan, and Chloe. Andrea. We join together now to send our thoughts of healing, love and light around the world to all those in need of healing, both physically and emotionally. And we ask that they will also reach and protect our animal kingdom and the world of nature that is all around us. We pray that our energy may reach those who are cold or homeless tonight, and all those less fortunate than ourselves, wherever they may be. May our thoughts and energy tonight bring love, calm, and peace to everybody. And we ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour. Amen. We'll now have 1 minute's silence so that you can send out your own personal thoughts and prayers to all those in need, and those whose names we have read, and any you may now think of privately at this moment. And this will be broken by us singing the hymn, Gracious Spirit, the words of which are in your hymn book. I will now invite Peter to bring us our Bible reading for this evening.
Nice to see you. Evening all, and all those online. Though we're few, we're many, because we really don't understand how many of our loved ones and the angels join us on these special occasions. And this is a very special occasion because our service has fallen on day one, which is not very often, but it's a great blessing to have that tonight. Tonight's reading, Sowing Generously, I think of it in its wildest terms, because when we talk of giving, we think of giving of ourselves, which is very, very important. But I believe in this Bible reading, we're talking about the giving of a greater range of governments giving to governments, governments giving to various charities, governments being aware of where people are suffering and to give. And God gives us in abundance, as it will come out in the reading this evening. The thought and deed is the important part of giving and not the value. Because if the deed is with heartfelt love, then it works so much better. And this is what we can do as individuals. I don't know that that quite happens with governments. They seem to lose the thread occasionally. But let's hope in the new year, governments will come together and solve some of these problems that we have. So can I just suggest that we've just had Christmas. Christmas was giving, love and brotherhood. And moving on from Christmas actually takes us into the present time of the new year. And as I said, this is day one. And from day one, we can think of the things that we might be able to do better in the coming year. And at the end of the year, we'll look again and see how we succeeded. So the Bible reading suggests when Jesus left the earth, he called together his disciples and he explained in detail his return to his heavenly Father, God. And he wanted them to continue his preachings. He knew that if the word did not continue to be spread to the people, that they would fall back on their sinful ways. Feed my sheep, he said, and his apostles went out and continued his teaching. We have used many of these visits in our Bible readings. Tonight's reading, Paul was in Acacia following a visit to Macedonia, talking about giving help to nations, nations to nations, people to people. It refers to those who have a good harvest to give to those whose harvest has failed. He refers to God giving in abundance, and those with more than they need should give to those who are in need. He explains that in all times, having all that you need, you will be bound in good work, not reluctantly or under compulsion, but from the heart. God gives generously and in abundance for the people. The harvest comes direct from God that supplies wealth in many ways. Jesus, whilst living on earth, shows many examples where the tempter operates on the sinful ways of power and greed. We've been taken in past readings of brotherhood of man. Paul's talk is including the brotherhood of nations. We are all aware of the separation of nations. God's gifts are given to supplying the needs of all his people and is an expression of God's love. In this reading, I believe that those in Acacia were preparing a bounty to give generously to others. Tonight's reading comes from 2 Corinthians 9, 6-15, sowing generously. Remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves cheerful givers, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion. And through us, your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. This service that you perform is not only supplying the needs of the Lord people, but is also overflowing in many expressions of thanks to God. Because of this service by which you have proved yourselves, others will praise God for the obedience and the accompaniments from your confessions of the gospel of Christ. and for your generosity in sharing with them and with everyone else. And in their prayers for you, their hearts will go out to you because of the surpassing grace God has given you. Thanks be to God for all his indescribable gifts. God bless that reading, and thank you.
It's now time for those of you who are watching us online to be joined by Rob and Lainey, who will lead you through the rest of this evening's service. We thank you for joining us tonight and look forward to seeing you again soon, and wish you a very happy New Year.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. What a lovely reading from Frank. You can always rely on him, can't you? Okay, I've been writing everybody's names down that I've seen on the comments section. I can't actually respond to any of those physically, so I can't type a message. But I just wanted to wish everyone well and a happy new year, and let's hope it's a good night. Yeah, so hopefully it's all still around, and I'll see what I can do. Evening, Mandy. Thank you. And yeah, so now before I go on with anything else, I was very noticed. I noticed Jackie Barnard and who's the other one? Diana Jean O'Brien. I'm sorry for the loss of your friend Terry, Diana. And let's send out that extra love and healing to little George. Yeah, whatever happens, he's obviously very loved already. Okay, right. So what I'd ask each and every one of you to do is to send out your love and your thoughts to those in the spirit world who you'd like to hear from. Okay, so yeah, and if I'm drawn to you, then if you can just respond as quick as possible, because there is a slight delay between what I'm saying and what you're typing. All right, so everyone bear with that as well. It is just my interpretation, so let's give it a go. All right, so if you start thinking about who you'd like to hear from in the spirit world, I'll do my best to bring them through for you. So if I come to you, if you can say the name of the person you'd like to hear from and maybe who they are to you, that's all I need. So mum, dad, brother, sister, partner, that sort of thing. All right, so here we go. I was drawn straight away to somebody called Tammy Clayton Spencer. So Tammy, if you're still there, my lovely. All right, and then after Tammy will be Pamela Cook. All right, so whilst you two are responding, oh, there you go. Hi, Tammy. Is there anybody in particular you'd like to hear from, Tammy, please? So their first name and who they are to you. Type quick, type quick. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Okay. Okay, your dad, yeah? All right then. Okay. So, Tammy, wherever you are in this world, both mentally, physically, and spiritually, I feel like I need to say it like that because I just get the impression that your dad was quite and a very important character person to you in your life, okay? And but I feel like it wasn't all straightforward. I feel that there were definitely an emotional roller coaster, but I feel that was more towards the end of his life, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, your dad makes me feel like he had a very nice smile. That doesn't sound a lot, excuse me, but I feel like his smile was a very precious thing. He didn't give it easily. It was saved for those he loved, and you were one of those. Okay. Where are you going with that? Right. So, Dad gives me the impression that he had dark hair. If he went with light hair, then just go back to his days of darker hair because I feel he had dark hair. And I can't see it's black, but I feel it's sort of a very dark browny colour initially. Okay, he makes me feel like it's more like dirty mud, he says, and he's laughing. But I feel he had quite a nice sense of humour as well, Tammy. Yeah. Okay, Dad, give me a shout. I just feel like I want to shout as well. So I say, give me a shout. I don't normally say things like that, but he just makes me feel like I want to shout. It's like, yes. He's there. It's like he would have been there shouting for you, Tammy, not just you, but your loved ones as well. He's giving me 3 children, and I'm feeling there. It's like yourself and 2 others. And yeah, so we've got that. Hopefully you're keeping up with all of this. And okay, and I feel one of those is a young person as well, one that's been born since he passed, and he's not showing me when he passed, but he's just giving me that impression that that's by the by. He says it's um it he says it doesn't mean anything, but obviously it does. But he says he's all right, he's okay, he's at peace, and he makes you feel like he's not singing, but he's humming. And I feel like he would have done a lot of humming, all right, just sort of as opposed to verbalizing the words. Um, uh, yeah. Hopefully this is all making sense to you, Tammy. If you can respond on that. If it isn't, then I apologise. But let's give it a go here. All right. Okay. Okay. Um. Right. I've had to take my puffer before we started. It was my Grace and Junior's birthday. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for responding to that. I had to take my puffer just as the music was playing earlier because I felt quite my breath and everything, my asthma. I'm getting over a cold. But the fact is I just feel like Dad would have had issues around his breathing as well. And but he just makes you feel like, oh, we had a puffer, definitely. So literally life saving. But I feel there as well that he wasn't a good puffer. Okay. I feel like he wouldn't have stuck to it day and night and been, there were times when he would have struggled to breathe, but he could have just taken his puffer or inhaler, it's called inhaler, to keep him going. And yeah, but I feel he was like more of a, oh, strong enough, I'll get there, I'll be all right. But again, that comes with his strength of character as well. The baby that arrived after he passed, please don't think they're missing out on their granddad. And because I feel like, oh bless him, because I feel like that he's not missed out on anything. He says he's really is the kind of person that wouldn't have missed a thing here on the earth plane. He says so, wouldn't have missed anything whilst I was still here. So now I'm over there. He says I'm around all of you all at the same time, which he loves. He's bringing me to Christmas. I know we've literally just had Christmas, but he just wants to bring it that it was a sad time, but it was also a lot of laughter as well. And it was like unexpected laughter, and I just feel there that was nice because it's like do we laugh when we're missing somebody so much, but actually you remember him and them, because he says there was more that you were all reminiscing about, and he just loves that you all started remembering the fun things, and he says memories are so important, and he just loves that you all actually laughed, but don't ever feel guilty about laughing. He says as long as you're laughing with, not at. That's the important thing. So I feel your dad was very fair, and he was a kind chap as well. But it didn't diminish his strength of resolve of who he was. Okay. Put in tree at once he passed on. He said, "Oh bless you, yeah." And you laughed, okay? Because that's what I say. It was tinged with sadness as well. All right. But this is just really hitting home that it shows how much he's around you all the time. All of you, he says. All right. And I don't know if there was dancing around the tree, but he makes me feel like somebody was running around the tree. And I feel it's more like a four-legged critter as opposed to a human. And but I feel that there was oh my God, the tree's going to fall over, that kind of thing, stop them kind of thing. Nothing untoward happened, but he's just letting you know that he's around you all. All right. I'm going to stop only because he would keep on going. He says, I was like the ever ready battery. I was, the bunny, and yeah. And he says, I've got bunnies over here. So he makes you feel like the family pets over the years, he's got them. And because I just feel like he liked, I say the pets, he's just referring to them as the pets. All right. Yeah, but he sends so much love to all of you, and please give that baby or little one a hug from a physical hug, okay? Because that's something he can't do. Is physically hug them, obviously. 2 bunnies and a dog and a bird. There you go, the pets. All right. I'm saying it like that because he's like, yeah, see, too many, and he's laughing. All right, but they're all over here. And yeah, oh, he says they send their love in their own way, but you feel them around anyway as well. Tammy, I'll send his love out to you. Please accept it, and but give it to those that you love as well, that also remember him. And yeah, and he just, oh, it's just so much love. And it's not like a love fest. He just says "God, none of that gushy stuff. But I feel like you would have known that he loved each and every one of you. All right. So, mwah, he says, and yeah, you take care. Thank you. I'll just tick you off my little list of names. All right. So I had Pamela Cook, if she's still around, please. All right. And after that is I'm gonna go for Sandy Mann. Don't know who she is. I do, but we go for Sandy as well. So we've got Pamela Cook. Hi, Pamela. Thank you, Cheryl. So Pamela, is there anybody in particular you'd like to hear from, my lovely? And whilst you're thinking of that and typing really, really quick, I want to go to John O'Donnell as well, please. All right. So we've got Sandy and John O'Donnell. All right. But first off, Pamela. If there's somebody you'd like to hear from, Pamela. Your husband, Pat. Okay, Pamela, thank you. So, hubby, Pat. Oh, okay. I get the feeling, Pamela, and I want to call you Pam, not Pam Pammy, all right? Because I feel that would have really wound you up, but it was something like a term of endearment from Pat, all right? But I feel there's just, as you asked for him, as I read his name out there, I just felt the most amazing amount of healing, but also love as well. And, oh, bless him, and a full broken heart, all right? And I feel that's more you than him. He says, "'Cause I haven't got a heart anymore. I don't have to worry about none of this anymore." And he just makes me feel like there's something to do with a tree. And right, where are you going with a tree? I just feel like I wanna hug a tree. It's a weird thing, but I feel like there's either a dedicated tree or his ashes, are buried near a tree. Okay, a tree of remembrance, but also he says it's family tree as well, because I feel family was very important, and I feel like there's an extended family too, and by that I mean that it's not just you guys. Family isn't always about DNA and blood. It's for those that are around you and that support you. Pamela, I don't know if you're on your own or you feel alone, but I just want you to know that your hubby is just like, it's near a tree. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, extra. All right. So, but he just makes me feel like it just, where am I going with that? It's almost like I'm slipping over my words. I'm getting not muddled up with my words, but it's just like the excitement of coming through. And it is just, that's how he's making me feel. Um, Outside, I don't know if you can hear the funny noises. It's not me passing wind, honest. But there are fireworks going off outside because he's just saying the fireworks. And he's just saying like, so he's taking me to November, but also the fireworks that we've had for Christmas and New Year as well. And he's bringing that, it just makes me feel, he just wants that upliftment, to bring that upliftment to you guys. Now, you mentioned your grandson is there too, the ashes and the tree, all right? But I'm so glad it's there because I feel there's too many bugs for me to hug a tree. But he's just, and I feel that's part and parcel of his sense of humour as well. Oh, bless him. He says, "Don't be sad, my darling. I'm in a better place now. My place was beside you. And we had that time together, and that was perfect." Um, he says, not 100% perfect because he wasn't 100% perfect. And he chuckles at that. So that just makes me feel like there's been ups and downs, obviously, but he just absolutely adored you. All right. And he appreciates what you've done for him and what you continue to do for the family is how he makes me feel there. All right. His looks, he just makes you feel like there was something about his cheek, but it's just like his, like his profile. Definitely lots of ups and downs, definitely. But I just feel there that he had quite a profile on him, and like that sense of humour of, oh, have you got me better side, And I feel like he was quite a modest man as well. As in, like, yeah, no, you have your picture taken, I'll just stand in the background. I'll be back here. You get on with it. But when he needed to step up, he did. All right. Okay. Um, okay. I'm not sure if he had shaky hands, but he's drawing me to his left hand in particular, and he just makes you feel like, I just feel like there was something going on with his left hand. Okay, thank you. And there's also about a ring. All right, because he's drawing me to my rings, and but he's drawing me to the wedding ring. Okay. I can't see that he wore a wedding ring. It's either that or his ring was taken off. All right. And that's something that you've kept hold of, but I don't feel you wear it. I feel it's in um can't see if it's in like a little box or a little pouch, but it's in somewhere that it's just little bits of jewelry that you've kept, but you've don't know what to do with, really, because you don't want to let them go, because it's understandable because of the emotional attachment. Hopefully that makes sense, Pamela. And yeah, thank you. All right. But does that make sense with what I said about where it's stored? All right, because you don't want to lose it because of that precious emotional attachment to it. All right. But he says it's a ring. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about anything. I've got such strength and resolve of your own, and that's what he loved about you. You had to have had that to put up with me for so long, he says. All right. And he's laughing now, and I feel like he has something going on with his teeth as well, because he just makes me feel like he's where are you going with that? I just feel like, especially on his left-hand side, there was something going on with one of his tooths, his teeth. There was something about that. All right. And okay, okay. Oh, bless. Now, you mentioned the grandson earlier, and he just says, "Don't you worry. I've got him. I've got them," he says. "I've got them," because I feel like there's more in the spirit world and more babies in the spirit world. But he says, "I've got them. They're all with me." And he says, "They're so well controlled," he said. And he's laughing at that, because I feel like he would have let everybody get away with everything, especially the young ones. And yeah, and I just feel like, oh no, give them back, he says. As in, like, he would loves children but couldn't eat a whole one, he says. And I just feel that's, again, part and parcel of his sense of humour. Hopefully that all makes sense, Pamela. He's given me January. I know we're on the 1st today. Oh my gosh, 1st of January 2023. But he says time is so precious, isn't it? And it has just flown by. Oh, bless him. Although sometimes you feel very much as if you want time to stop as well. Yeah. Oh, thank you for saying that, Pamela. You had a lovely sense of humour, she says. Yeah. And yeah, but it's that time just feels like it's just running away with itself. And that's where you feel sometimes you just want it to stop, or at least slow down a bit, so you can enjoy a bit more of life. Okay. And don't you worry, he says, you can sense me around you, but you're not really sure. And I'm doing this with my pen. I'm going to put that down. Yeah. And I'll just carry on my hands. But I just feel like he would have been the kind of person to, porridge. I eat porridge more or less every day, but he's going, "Ugh, didn't like porridge." It was quite not a fussy eater, but he definitely had his quirky ways about him as well. All right. Yeah, but he says, my love for you only got stronger. And towards the end of my life, it just got stronger and stronger, because there was that worry about how would you cope without him. And he doesn't say that in a big-headed way. It's just that strength that you had holding each other together. He says, but you held him together. All right, Pamela, I'm going to give you. He loved rice pudding and custard. No, stop it, rice pudding and custard. All up, actually, that was probably very nice. But yeah, was a he was a very hello, Lindsay Porter. I guess you knew him as well. All right, but he just sends so much love, and he's laughing at the fact that Lindsay's joining in as well. That he was a fussy eater, but he's just laughing at that. It's just a nightmare, and but everybody did what they could for him, as he tried to do everything he could for everyone that he loved. And I don't know if he was a milkman, but I feel that there's a milk or milkman involved here as well. We'll say no more. That's an in joke for me, because my mum said that you never. No, you knew that I was never the milkman's because there was a milkwoman, and that's why your hubby has just brought that in as well. Oh, hi Lindsay, as your daughter. Okay, so this would be your dad. Okay, what? Oh gosh. Okay. Lindsay, he's putting a daisy posy around your head, all right? But I feel that's more of when you was little, and more of, in the buttercups under the chin, and yeah, said I was the milkman. Brilliant, all right. Love it, I love it. Oh, brilliant, all right. But he's putting the buttercup under the chin as well, and these are precious memories of daddy-daughter time, all right. And he wishes he could have had more time with you, all right. And oh, and he says, I've got your boy. Okay. Apologies if it's not yours, but he just says that, and I just feel like the emotion there, that he's got your boy. Okay. So yeah, right. Um all right, it's just that love that's coming through. Please, would you take his love for all of you, all right? And he says that everybody sends happy Christmas, and may you have a brilliant new year. He says, may you have a brilliant every day. All right. And it's what you make of it. Okay. Oh, bless you. All right. And that's okay. All right. That just picking up on the emotion from all of you, because that love was just beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So know that your little precious one has the most sweetest little feet. Okay, the most sweetest little feet. And I've got, trying to see which way round the screen goes, but I've got my paw prints going into my forget me nots. Okay, and your dad's just putting them as like little footprints going into forget me nots. All right, Lindsay. And he just says, it's just something precious to you. So I'm trying to see if you've had a tattoo done, or you're thinking of having that done. But it's just, yeah. But he says, do what you want to do. He says, you always did. And I used to let you get away with all sorts, didn't I? Yeah. And he's just laughing at that as well. All right. Right. He's going to carry on, because we haven't got enough time. And that's what he's saying. Time is precious. Every day, make that a good day. He loves you both so, so much. And the others as well, tells them. And it's like he shouts, and the others, I suppose. And he's laughing at that. All right. So, Lindsay and Pamela, you take care, my lovelies. And thank you so much. All right. So, right. So we've got, who else? I was going to go to Sandy Man, if Sandy Man's still there. Thank you, Lorraine. That's sweet of you. And John O'Donnell. Is John O'Donnell? John O'Donnell, are you around, my lovely? Hi, Karen Knight. Hello, gorgeous lady. Okay. And Michelle Baker as well. She was around. There's a few names I know, some people I know on here. Okay. So I'm just waiting for people to come through. So, right. Okay. We got Jenny Haywood. Thanks, Jenny. That means a lot. Really does. Right, Mandy Mills. I've saw Mandy Mills there. And right, Mandy Mills. Let's go to Mandy Mills. If Mandy Mills is there, please. So again, this is, yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. Right. Okay. And we're still waiting for John O'Donnell and Michelle Baker. Okay, so we got Mandy Mills. Hopefully, Mandy Mills, you're there. Would love something. Right. Oh, thanks, Karen. Oh, stop it, all of you. Hi, Mandy. Thank you so much, my lovely. Okay, so is there anybody in particular you'd like to hear from, please, Mandy? If you type quickly there. And there's also somebody called Tilly Mayer, who apparently is in South Africa. So it is 7, 8, 9, 17 p.m. over there, apparently. We check the timings. So if you're still there, my darling, so right, your mum. Okay, Mandy, thank you. Right. Now, you've asked for your mum, right? And I feel like I just want to go, stop. I'm here. And that's how she just makes me feel. I'm here, she says. Stop being a silly moo. And forgive me for saying that, but that's how she makes me feel. All right. But she doesn't say it in a nasty way. She says it in such a loving way. But she's like, it's not pull yourself together kind of silly moo. It's come on, my darling, wipe these, okay? Wipe the tears and wipe just you are so incredibly strong. And that's what she loved about you. Okay. And but I feel that there are times that you don't trust your own strength. All right. And I feel like she would have said, no, listen to me, young lady. You know what you can do. And I feel like I've got to tell you off with the finger too. And she's just funny. But that's something that you miss from the bottom of your big toes. Okay, all the way up. And yeah, wow. Your mum makes me feel like she was um I don't know the song and I'm crap at singing, but oh bless you. But it's you light the light. I don't know the song, but it's it's about lighting the light, and it's just such a beautiful song, and she just wants you to know that I know it's like the light went out in your heart when your mum passed, but she said it's always shone and you shine. God, I don't want to argue with your mum because I just feel like she would have put me in my place, but again, in such an amazing way that I wouldn't have felt belittled or put down. Okay, but she would have made me think and use my own brain to figure out things, and that's something that you're again doubting on yourself. All right, your inner strength. Your mum gives me the impression that I trying to see if she had like a round face, but I feel like it's either that or she had, I don't know, she puffed up at some point in her life, and I just feel in her later years, it's that I just feel that she was quite puffy, and yeah, definitely straight to the point. Yeah. So, but it's this roundness of the face and the puffiness as well. And now she's just gone like this and wiped it all away, and she's got the most amazing cheekbones, and she just there was just something sparkly about your mum. And I get the feeling as well that she liked to help others, and she was the type of person that would have given you given you her last penny. Okay, and she, oh bless her, and she says, "Penny for your thoughts, little one," and that's how she makes you feel there. Penny for your thoughts, because you're keeping it all in here, and in here you're not releasing anything, and she was your go-to for releasing. And that connection that you and mum had. Now, where are you going with that? Okay, she's taking me to I don't know if you've been for a walk today, but there's something about walking in the autumnal leaves. So she's taking me through October as a special month, but also when all the colours change because she loved the autumn, and that was a special time as well. I don't know. I got in each corner of my screen. Um, oh, bless you. Oh, definitely your matriarch. Definitely. Um, the two little bits in the screen on the screen here, the little baubles and everything. Your mum likes that, and she says, "See, even on a screen, it's what you make it." All right. I know Rob's done all of that because he's clever like that, but he says you are clever. And again, using their finger, because it's like, no, This is how it is. All right. Now I feel like I've told you off, but in a good way. And but she says, and she's given me a birthday as well. When you give me birthday, she gave me May as a birthday. All right, a special month, but it's a birthday in May. And yeah, because normally it's like I get birthday, anniversary party and that sort of thing, but no, it's a birthday in May. So she's giving her love to her loved ones, but also to her friends, because I feel Mum had a very good, especially one in particular, a very good friend that she had, that is also, oh bless, and one that she's in spirit with as well. I can't get names. Well, I can. She's giving me it's like a D Diane name, or a D name, okay, and yeah, but she says she's with her best friend now. Okay, sorry, but just near as, but she was giving me May. She's very specific about May. Look outside your loved ones as well. All right, so it's friends, family, somebody that means something to each of you. All right, don't panic if you can't remember; it will come to you. Okay. Yeah, another one. She'd be here all blooming night if she could. It's always good to have a chat, isn't it? Good to have get it off your chest. And she's laughing at that and she's going, ho, 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 with her chest. All right. Because I'm being drawn to boobies here. Yeah. And yeah, things we get shown. Yeah, but she's laughing at that as well. I've taken a vocal zone, which is a fantastic pastel for clearing the throat. And she said, if only clearing throats could be so easy. And I feel that that's May 1st was her funeral. Okay. I know I said birthday, but all right. But it's to do with clearing the throat as well. So I feel like there's words not being said, but it's you keeping it all in. Good to talk, as the saying goes. All right. Please take her love, because she's got so much of it for all of you, but especially for you, because you were her special precious one, she says. And she gives a bit of a wink as well. All right. So Mandy, wish you all the best every day. Make it count, she says. Make it count. All right. Mwah. All right. So who was next? I can't remember who was next. Oh, John O'Donnell. Hello, John O'Donnell. Hi, yeah. So, John, who would you like to hear from, please, my lovely? He's like, I'm here. Type quick. Who would you like to hear from? Yep, I know you're there. Who would you like to hear from? Oh, bless you. Okay, your wife. Oh, okay, my lovely. Your wife. Okay. As soon as I read that, John, the words "my wife," just you typing "my wife," the love and the heartbreak, but the love that has gone into you just typing those 6 letters. All right, 7 if you include the space bar. All right, but that love there. But I just felt this amazing warmth come into me, and I just feel like I'm so sorry, is what she makes me feel. I tried, but it just was taken out of my hands. That is how she makes me feel there, John. But then that's the sad part of it now, she says. Now buck your ideas up and let's move on, she says. And I just feel that would have been her trying to zhuzh you along and just to come on, yeah. What we had was precious. It will remain precious, and you were my precious. And she makes you want to do it like like a Gollum, my precious. And she's doing this because I just feel she had a very gentle but fun sense of humour. All right, um, she's she's got given me the song by the Beatles yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away, and it's just such a lovely song, and Norwegian Wood as well. Something about the Beatles, but it's the words in the songs. And Norwegian Wood is such a small song, such a short song, but such powerful words. Um, and that's how I feel like she was I don't feel she was tiny, but I don't feel she was a large lady. I just feel that she was the kind of person that you could be mistaken by, the packaging, she says. But it's what's inside here. That's the most important thing. And that's what she loved about you. Although I don't know if you're sorry about this, John, but I don't know if you're hairy, but she's showing me she wants to like jokes about waxing and oh, oh, brilliant. Okay. But that it just shows you, John, how much she is around you. Okay. And yeah, and she just I sing along with you. All right. And you can't hear it because it's only bats could hear my voice, and she's laughing at that. But I feel that was something that you would have both done as well. I mentioned earlier on somebody used to do a lot of humming, and I feel that she would have done just enjoyed. I feel like she just enjoyed her life. Okay. Now, this could just be me after wolfing down my dinner earlier, but I just feel like there's something going on regards to the stomach, the chest area, and the regurgitation, but like you just keep doing this, and I just thank you. No, she's just taken that away now. All right, okay, thank you. But she says that's exactly what's happened. It's been taken away. All of it's been taken away. And I am, oh bless, I am as beautiful now as the day you first met me. But she doesn't say it in a pretentious, vain way. She says it in a way that I feel you would have said that to her, that she's just as beautiful now as the day you first met her. All right. Oh, okay. There's something about her eyes as well, and I feel you've got this amazing photograph of her where you just look and you look into her eyes, and I know it's heartbreaking to do that because you miss her so incredibly. But she says, that's just letting you know that's me. Next time you look in the mirror, that's me looking through, and I'm looking at you. All right. So don't spend all your time in front of the mirror like Harry Potter, she says. You just remember that I'm also in here and in here. All right. But there's something about her rings as well. And I feel like I do you just typed I do, and I'm just talking about the wedding ring. All right. So I don't know if right, we got the anniversary. Go. It's something about her passing and your anniversary. Not her passing anniversary, but your wedding, your committal, your commitment to each other. And I feel there that's something they more or less coincide, very close to each other. But it's almost like you can't celebrate the good things because of the sad things. And she says, no, no, no. Okay. She's shouting from the rafters, no, just live it, she says. And I feel there towards the end of her life, you had a little tete-a-tete with her, that little conversation. And and she just thanks you. So I don't feel that she had the opportunity to say thank you for everything and for giving her such, oh bless her, and for giving her such an amazing life. Okay, not perfect, she says. None of us are perfect, and she says that with such kindness as well. In practicality, she says, I feel she's very practical, but she's just like, yeah, and she's just lovely, absolutely lovely. When somebody says, "I'll get over it," right? She's been gone a little while now. Crack on, yeah. She's always around you, etc. I say those things, not the crack on with it bit. Don't think that. But what she's trying to explain is grief is never, ever, it never leaves us. And she says, allow yourself to grieve, John. All right. Allow yourself. Because I feel there is part, she would have told you to allow yourself to grieve. And it never leaves you, but you learn to live around it. Be gentle on yourself, she says. And you've got enough, okay, round spherical things. apples. Okay. She's got enough of those, she says, and she's just praising you for your strength of character. All right. But I feel like it's almost like she's going, because I used the BALLS word, and so I don't feel she would have been one to swear. So that is like being naughty, yeah. Wish I'd said that before I actually said the word, so I do apologise. But again, she is as beautiful as the day you first met her, and that's in her soul. Okay, and okay. There's something about, I don't feel it's a Christmas tree, but there's a tree in your garden or something that you pass regularly, and it's like you sense her, and you have spoken about this tree together. You have recognized when it, commented on it, when it's been changes color, and it goes, and the birds in there, and but it's something that you both commented on when you walked past it, and it's just those special memories. And I don't know if you've got a caravan or you enjoyed caravan holidays, but she's given me a caravan as well. And it's just that, and it's just get back on the road, she says, when you're ready. So I'm not pushing you. And I feel like she would have pushed you, but it would have been a gentle push. All right. But when you're ready, you get back on the road and you start enjoying the traveling again. All right. And go to those places that we always wanted to go to. All right. And yeah, and she's giving me March. Oh, you've just said March, didn't you? So sorry, but she was giving me March as well. And as I said that, it's like, oh no, I've just read that, but she was giving me March as well. And yeah, but she says, I'm here. I only stepped into another room. As yeah, it's just, yeah. And thank you for celebrating me. All right, because I feel she had a celebration of life, and that's how she makes me feel. All right, John, you are that special one. All right, and you'll always be my special one. Okay, take her love, and you can always private message me. I don't normally say that to people, but John O'Donnell, you can always private message me. All right, if you need to chat. Okay, don't, you got people to talk to. Okay, mwah. Send that to you. All right. Okay, so that's John. How are we doing? Right, still got a bit of time. That's good. Who did I say? Trying to think somebody was spot on. Oh, thank you, John. Deborah Adams. I keep seeing your name coming up there, Deborah Adams. You are on my list over here. Who would you like to hear from, Deborah, please? Okay, whilst you're typing very, very quickly there. And Trina from your granddad. Okay. So, Trina, have I got you on my list? If you're not on the list, you're not coming in, Trina. It's just I haven't seen your name on there. Okay, Trina. All right. So, hubby, please. All right then. Hubby for Deborah. Okay. Right. I'm just laughing, not at you, Deborah. Honest. But as soon as you asked for hubby, please, it just made me feel like I just wanted to laugh out loud. This is just like oh. But it's also Christmas as well. But it just makes you feel like he was a jolly chap, and I'm trying to see if that's both in his physique size or he's just his whole demeanour. He was a jolly chap. And yeah, but he just went ho ho ho, and especially with the two sparkly bits up on the screen as well, so that's quite funny. Yeah, but he just weren't it palaver, getting all the decks up and then putting them away, but he just makes me feel like he left it all to you, and he's just laughing at that as well. But he says, where are you going with that? He's given me the name Terry, and I feel like it's a male Telly. A Telly? Terry, okay. But it's because it ends with a Y, Terry. And I don't feel it's him, but I feel that there's a Terry, but it's somebody on the earth plane. Okay. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying about the Christmas decks, all right? But he says I thought about it, but he'd sooner put his feet up. Oh, I was exhausted, he said. I spent all my life working, and he's sort of doing this with his hand. Oh. So I feel like he was a bit of not a hypochondriac, but I feel like he was the type of person that would have just exaggerated stuff a little bit. And but I just feel like his health. It's like his health. It makes me feel like he was going bit by bit, if that makes sense. But he just, it was, oh, it was your little soldier. And he chuckles at that as well, because I moaned a lot, didn't I? But I feel like he did, but only because he was in a lot of pain. Okay. You know, and he says it, man flu. Yeah, you know what it's like when I had man flu. Oh my gosh! But he's laughing again at that as well. Um, yeah, but it's just, that's just something you miss so much, isn't it? So much that anytime you felt down, it'd bring you back up. All right, or he'd be the one pulling you down. He says, oh, and he's doing that with ropes, and he's pulling you back. All right, and he's just laughing again. All right, but what he's doing is he's trying to raise your own energy, to raise your own joy. He wants to bring joy back into your life. All right. Um, But another one. I don't know if you've got a sister, Deborah, or you've got somebody around you that's a female that is like a sister to you, somebody that's close to you, because he's just taking me to this person. Oh, sister, thank you, because I just feel there's somebody you can talk to, okay? But he makes you feel like, although you're like two peas in a pod, it's more what do you call that? More more polar opposites, he says. It's almost like I got lost, right? I got distracted, okay? And I feel like he would have got distracted, especially towards the end of his life. And I feel that he's just bringing me to my sparkle on my face here. It's only a stick on, but yeah. But things just easily distracted him. I was away with the fairies, he says, but he's laughing at that as well. Now, I don't know if you've got a garden, but he's just taken me for like a walk. Another one that liked the autumnal weather. Soon after looking out the window, he says, and I don't know if it's the crunch of the leaves on underfoot, he says, and it's just those special times. Being late, just go, "Oh, hello, Corrie. At least you're here, my darling." Yeah, just those crunchy feet, like the way the leaves and everything. But it's also taken me out. So I don't know if he did a lot of driving, but I feel that there was a lot of driving involved. So I'm trying to see if it's like lorries, or he just liked lorries. Okay, because he's giving me what's the big one in this country? The big, they name all their trucks, and Stobart, thank you, hun. All right. So the other half. Yeah, it's just like, the naming of I feel like something when you're driving along and you think, oh, Stobart truck, look out for the name, what's it called? And I just feel like there were things that he would have just the most random things. And that's what you miss as well, is that random humor and that randomness of just being random, if that makes sense. He's got, I don't know if he had an issue around his throat area or his glands or whatever, but I feel like there was something that was going on around this area. And but he just makes me feel like oh, okay. He just makes me feel like, you know what, I've got a neck again now, he says, and I've got a chin, and he's doing this and he's laughing. But I feel towards the end of his life, I feel like he did lose a lot of weight as well, because he's doing this anyway. But as I'm saying about losing that weight, he's just doing this, all right, and he's doing it with such kindness and love, nothing dodgy towards me. This is what he'd like to be doing to you, all right, and just that touching the face and just saying thank you so much, all right, and I'm around you. I'm around you all the time. Now, I don't know if you've got a necklace, but he's drawing me to my necklace, and he makes me feel like there's a necklace that you've got, I feel, since his passing, but it's a piece of jewelry. And I just feel there that I don't know if it's got his ashes or a lock of his hair, but it's got something in the like inside of it, the locket or a piece of jewelry. Okay, you've either got it or you've been talking about it. Okay, and yeah, but there's just drawing me to that as well. Just with his boom. Okay, sorry, I just get excited because it's exciting. Yeah. And yeah, so he's just bringing that in, all right? And he says, "Oh, I'd never have thought of that." And that's what he loved about you, all the little things that you would think about, that you just go, "Oh, blokehead, boof, get on with things." But you no, we need to include this, we need to do that. Yeah. And you kept him on the straight and narrow, is what he makes me feel as well. He's giving me where are you? Okay, we had March, but he's also giving me October, but also June as well. All right, these are special months. They're for people around you, and we're looking at anniversary, birthday, passing. I'll leave it to you, but he says they're all special. All right, and yeah, please take his love because it's always there. He says, all right, and he says ditto, just like in Ghost. All right, so he says, "I love you." Ditto. Okay, so to you, Deborah, and to the family. All right. Okay, thank you, my lovely. How are we doing for time? Can I still carry on, Rob?
Yeah, Elaine, if you
Lovely,
like
thank
to,
you.
we've got a little bit of time, haven't we? We can.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Lovely.
Okay, so is D Hunt there, please? D Hunt. All right, Mandy Mills. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Just things like that. It's not said, "Oh, thank you," in a big-headed way. It's just like I feel really appreciate the feedback because yeah, just appreciate it. So because I love doing this work. Hi, D. Thank you. Is there anybody in particular you'd like to hear from, please, my lovely? Thank you, Christina. Oh, sorry, Trina. Let's sort D out first, then we come to Trina. Forget my own brain, I tell you. So don't worry. Trina, think about who you'd like to hear from as well. All right. Okay. So, D Hunt, have you figured out who you want to hear from yet, my lovely? Your friend Geraldine. Okay. So we're on D. D, 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 D. Okay. D. And Trina. Geraldine. Okay. So bear with me because I'm just putting a big arrow next to Trina so I don't forget. I just go where I'm drawn. Okay. So D Hunt, your friend Geraldine. Oh my gosh. Okay. Geraldine makes me feel like she was the kind of person, there was something about her personality, her character that just shone. And she just makes me feel like you two came together. It's like, you know what, I wish we were friends from we'd been friends, I'd met her earlier. And I just feel like we didn't have enough time together. It was years, but I just feel like there was just wish that there would have been more time because we always feel we want more time. Okay. And we always still think that we'll have more time, but it was taken out of Geraldine's hands. And I feel like it literally was. She was here and she's gone. But I feel like there was a lead up to her passing, but then once she was on her way, she just says, "I just went," and but she says, "I went with such knowing I was loved." People around feel that would she have known we loved her, and she just wants to reassure those that loved her that she was aware. Um, Hopefully that makes sense to you, D. There was something very precious about the kind of work that she did, and I'll use the word work, but I feel like I don't know if she got paid for it, but I feel like she was one of the earth angels because I keep being drawn to my lovely angel behind me, and I feel she says I'm not wearing those wings. She says they're far too big. She'd fall over. But I just feel that was a part of her sense of humour as well. And very where are you going with that? Oh, bless her. I don't know if she had loads of children, but I feel like she would have had contact with children, especially young ones, and because she's pushing prams, not a pram, but prams, and I feel like she had that. Okay, she was very, very good with children. And oh, bless her. And that's what she's doing in the spirit world, is she's there for the babies that haven't quite stayed here, but also for those that are on their way here, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. You're back again, Chloe. That's the main thing, my darling. All right. Um, okay, where are you going with that? Geraldine. And I feel she liked her full name, Geraldine. And I know you do. I know. Dee's just said she misses Geraldine so much. And it's that sisterly connection that you had with each other as well. But it's also the family, because I feel like you both helped each other out so much, both emotionally, but also supporting each other in everything that you were both doing. The serious shoulder to cry on, scream, rant, and rave as well is how she makes me feel. And she said, "I just always had to keep, put one of those, like the baby nappy things you put over the shoulder to stop the sick. She's putting that on there to stop all the tears. She says to mop up all the tears, but she's doing it, saying it in such a lovely way that it's just like fun, but actually she recognises those tears as well." And she would have been that one to help you through certain times in your life, as you did for her. Um, okay. Dee, are there times when you feel like somebody is touching your hair, please? Because she's just bringing me to doing this to your hair. All right. Because I just feel you two could be quiet the times, the odd times you were quiet, but you didn't mind each other's company. So if you didn't have to talk, you didn't have to talk. But then when you did, you couldn't shut up. And she's laughing at that as well. There's something about, she takes me to Toby Carvery. All right. I'm not on commission for Toby, but oh, you definitely know she's around you. But she's taking me to Toby Carvery. So she's showing that in my mind's eye. So it's the buffet, it's going out for food, but it's going out for lunches and breakfast and stuff like that. But it's just that meeting up for a coffee in a chin wagon. You'd be there for hours and whatever. Oh, I'm late for such and such. And all right, then another hour goes by. All right. And that's the sort of thing that you've been missing, and the sort of thing that you've been wanting to get back. Okay. Okay. Oh, bless her. She wants me to show you my jumper. All right. Okay. I'm not going to take it off. Don't panic. But I have a heart on my jumper. Okay. And if you can all see my shiny heart. All right. Okay. So, but she says she wore her heart, not as shiny as this, but it wasn't far off it. She would wear that on her sleeve just like you. And that's what you two were soulmates. Yeah. In that friendship, you were soulmates, and she appreciated all the help. There was something about her funeral as well. Is she's taken me to that, and I'm trying to see if you got up and said something, or there was something around a particular verse or poem that was said about her, and she just says there's just something about that was read about her, but it's something that somebody wrote. So I don't know if I'll give you the jumper. How cute is that? But has it got a big heart on it like this? I mean, come on. But it's their jumper. All right. I was just drawn to my starry heart. Okay, right. Go back to the funeral and what was read out but written for her. Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to see what that is, and you spoke. Oh, there you go. See, but was it something that you wrote? Obviously, you did. I'm a funeral celebrant. I know these things. You wrote about her, obviously, but it was such a precious thing. And she said that's because you were such a precious woman. Okay. And she says, WOMAN. And I'll say it again. Okay. Because she's laughing her head off at that as well. Because I feel you would have both had, well, just bouts of laughter and singing and whatever. And I can't see whether it's alcohol, but I just feel there would have been a lot of drinking involved. But that could just be cups of coffee, tea, whatever as well. But she's raising all of this. All right. She said we had to keep it keep it all sorted. She said, keep so we could keep nattering and the words flowing. And she's just so funny with it. I wrote about the feel like a woman. Love this work. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I've just had something going home. Oh, I'm already there. Okay. How cool is that? All right. Listen, Dee, I know you miss her so incredibly much. All right. So much. But just hearing my voice, but hopefully hearing her voice. All right. Oh God. And I've got that song going off now. And she's singing it to her lung capacity, and she's laughing at that as well. But she is singing it so flaming loud in my head now, and but she's also dancing, and I feel like she just didn't blooming stop, did she? Yeah, such an incredible energy about her. But she wants me to push that energy through the screen to you, just to cheer you up. And she says, I know it's only memories now. She says, but those memories, Tears, and she was a crafter and I have a lot of her stuff. Tell me no more, 'cause I feel like she was a crafter and you've got a lot of her stuff. Okay, but how cool is that? All right, but don't feel obliged to use it. All right, but if it's there, use it and ask her. She will come through. She won't give you everything. She won't tell you how to do stuff, but you'll feel her around you when you use it as well. But you'll feel her around you anyway, which you do. Please take her love, all right? Because I've got to finish off with our last one, which is Trina Wells, all right? Dee, there's something that you've got of hers that you said about the jumper, but I feel that there's something smaller. So it's a teddy bear or something smaller that you've got that you I don't know if you keep with the jumper or have been made with the jumper, but it's there and it's something that you can hold on to. And I just feel like if it's not held, oh, okay, I will show her. She gives me that as well. All right. This is the sign that I love you. And that's what I want to finish with. All right. And that's what she's saying to you. I love you, and I'm going to cry, okay, because she did. She loved you so much. All right, so mwah, to you, my darling. Okay, right. So noting the time. So Mandy Mills. All right, Mandy Mills. Okay. Okay. So that was Trina. So we've just done Trina, haven't we? No, Trina.
It's the other way around, Lainey.
Okay, thank you. You should see my scribbles. I tell you, I'm so
Yeah,
got
I bet.
everything.
Not to worry.
Can I speak with Trina then?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you. So, would love a reading from Grandad. Okay, so Trina. I know. I don't even know who I am half the time. Okay, you think I'm joking? I'm not. But I feel like your granddad, right? So funny. Okay. I feel like he would have said some random things, just sort of like, "You can't say that, Grandad," and but it's too late. He said it, but I just feel as well that your granddad would have. I say somebody you looked up to, but also I don't feel that you saw him as often as you would like to have been able to see him, especially over the last couple of years. We all know why. But I feel that there's more to it. All right. More to that not being able to see him as much as you would like to have done prior to his passing. And you would have been with him 24/7 if you could. Does that make any sense to you, Tarina? Oh, he passed. Oh, bless you. Okay, get that wrong. Hold on one second. Chloe, see you Thursday, my darling. I'm at platform in Dargenholm. Okay, Essex Angels at the moment, or was. Let's see what that is. Look forward to that, Chloe. Okay. But right, tell me no more, Trina. All right, but he's your guide. So that would make sense, okay? With regards to him being around you, but the being with him, that's why he's around you 24/7. All right. But would it make sense to you, Trina, that although you know he's your guide, one of them, okay, but it would make sense that there are times when you don't feel him around you. It's almost like, has he left me? Has he gone? Have I been deserted? Yeah. But he's like, no, you've got too much there going on in here and in here. And it's almost like you've got to make your own mind up as well. But I feel like he's been with you your whole life. So you've known him, although he passed before you were born, you've known him as a child growing up. And I feel that there have been stories said where you're talking to your invisible friend, but actually that's granddad. And so you know what he looks like, and you can confirm that by the photographs that you've had and you've seen of him. But I feel that those are also few and far between as well. I feel that there's one in particular, and I feel that he's standing there and he's got a hand. Where are you? He makes me feel like he was a very proud gentleman, and he's just standing there like almost like a ramrod back, and like just standing there, sort of trying to pose but not pose, but looks very smart in what he's wearing. And that's one particular picture that you've got of him. Uh, right. Okay. It's great, isn't it? It's great when that happens. Yes, you have that photo. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, and so as long as you're aware of that, because obviously you are, but he's just saying, see, and because it just confirmed exactly what you saw. You saw, yeah, and it's just nice. But he says, don't you ever doubt yourself as well. All right, and remember, whatever we want in life, one, we've got to work for it, but two, every other bugger out there has free will. Okay, and choice. Sometimes it doesn't always go our way or how we want it. And I feel there that he's giving you that sage advice, he says, plus a good Yorkshire pudding. So and he's just like random, I know. So I'm trying to see if he loved his Yorkie puds, but his roasts, but he's also, I feel like that if there's the Yorkshire connection there as well. How cool would that be? Okay, but there's definitely something about his accent. Obviously, you never got to hear it, but you would know from family. Would this be mum's dad, please? Because he's drawing me to your mum, but and I apologise if I've got it round the wrong way, but I feel like he was very drawn to your mum. Okay, and yeah, you do that a lot, don't you? Doubt yourself, yeah. And he says, I know, that's what I said. Don't doubt yourself. All right. And he's laughing at that. He says, oh, when it is your time, you will physically, I'll say physically, you will meet him, yeah. And he says, oh, if you're not doing it now, and he's just been talking about it, do the meditation. The meditation of meeting me in your meditation, he says. All right, dad's dead, a lot happened to my dad, and he loves my mum and dad. Yeah, okay. And as long as that makes sense, because he's drawing me more to mum than to dad. All right. Yeah, as long as that makes sense to you. Yeah, but again, don't. Oh, bless him. He was a very intelligent man, very incredibly intelligent man. And I feel that he would have enjoyed this kind of work, the healing side of it, the spiritual side of it. But the spiritual side was more in his thoughts and deeds. All right. Because I feel like he was a good, kind, compassionate, yet strong character. Okay. He's given me March again for you, because it's, March for this year. March for this year, right? I just said that. Something's going on in March this year. There's also Mother's Day, because he's taking me to Mother's Day as well. And yeah, and it's just giving me Mother's Day, something around Mother's Day. All right. I know for last year, 2022, it was the 27th of March, and because it was my mum's 80th. And COVID, couldn't go and give my mum a hug on her 80th, but he wants to give that the hugs is what he's trying to say around the Mother's Day as well. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now, your work, no idea what you do, Trina, but your work is very important work, because you smile at people, you acknowledge people, and you see people. Okay. And he means that in the respect that you let them know that they're being listened to, and that's what he likes. He's very proud of that. Okay, and he was very proud. All right, both a proud man, but also a proud granddad. Okay, please take his love. Have you got a daughter, please, Trina? Because he's just bringing me to a daughter, or yeah, okay, just the one. All right, okay. Oh wow, you definitely. I'll leave that like that then. Keep doing that work because they appreciate that. Okay, and I know it's very, very difficult. It must be difficult work. All right, but um, you've got two daughters, right? So he's bringing me to the one that is the shorter of the two. All right, so the shorter of the two. And he's just bringing me round her. So he's bringing a lot more healing around that particular daughter. It's just stuff that you already know about, but he just says, I'm just being drawn to her, and I'm bringing the healing and the upliftment that he feels she could do with that extra bit of love and upliftment. The taller of the two, oh my God, what a cracker. Yeah. Okay. An absolute crazy kid, but he loves them both. All right. And he just loves you all. All right. Okay. Please take his love and know that you continue doing the incredible work you do, not just with the foreign nationals, the Afghan people, but also with the work that you do in general, both professionally and also spiritually. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave it there. Take his love, and I'll see you when it's your turn to come home, is what he says. All right. And yeah, but not just yet. You've got too much to do, he says. For spirit, time don't mean a thing. Okay. For us dodgy humans, it's every breath, isn't it? Yeah. So don't come over too soon, he says, but I'll be there. You will see me when it's time. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Lovely. Well,
Oh,
lady,
that's
what lovely
yeah.
messages tonight. Very seemed like very emotional.
It's very emotional, very emotional. And I'm just reading what Pamela Gretorax has written. Thank you for a lovely service and fabulous readings. Remember, your loved ones are around you, even if you didn't get a message. Thank you for that, Pamela. It's true. They're always around
fantastic.
us.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So,
lovely.
thank you.
Well, we do have Frank drawing 3 cards with an uplifting message next. So if you didn't get a message, there's still something there.
Yeah.
And what we'll do, Lainey, can we come back to you for the closing prayer after that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much. All right, friends. Well, lovely to have so many people on tonight. And I did see there was some new people online, so you're very welcome. Of course, even though Lainey did go over time with my blessing and our blessing, but really appreciate her going over the time there. Still can't get round to everyone, unfortunately, to get a message. So, so Frank from our church draws 3 cards each week. These are animal kind of oracle cards. So each one's marked with a crystal, and you can take away, hopefully, an uplifting message for the week ahead from these. So let's see what Frank has for us this week, 1st of January, first week.
Good evening. Our first crystal this evening is the amethyst. With that goes the card for the cuckoo. The cuckoo is about life experience. It's about information or events leading to important changes in your life, and the need to embrace opportunities and release situations that no longer benefit you. Most of us know that the cuckoo does not build its own nest. It uses one left behind by someone else. And this symbolises for you that you don't need great wealth or great possessions in order to move forward. All you need is sufficient for yourself and your friends and family and those around you. This bird heralds great and important changes for you and says trust in God and the angels and they will guide you lovingly and peacefully through these changes, which are not to be feared, but embraced. You needn't wait any longer for a richer or more fulfilling life. If you have delayed pursuing the path you know is meant for you, you will now no doubt feel a little nudge now, urging you to move forward. The cuckoo is known for its unusual song, which is said to announce new direction, so you won't be caught unawares. The cuckoo is a relatively slow-moving and graceful bird. If you pay attention to their appearance in your life, including in your readings, you can also arrange for an easy and smooth transition. Dismissing these signs might bring about something more abrupt, unexpected, and more challenging. When a cuckoo flies across your path, you can count on a shift in what is going on around you, and expect that shift to be expansive. Our second crystal is the citrine, and with that we have the card for the monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly signifies joyful change and letting your creativity take flight and evolution. It says that wonderful opportunities are coming your way. Most likely they will be of a creative nature and will involve something that you're very passionate about. There will be a great deal of personal growth for you, and your horizons will be broadened to include ideas that maybe have never occurred to you before. This is an exciting time of new beginnings and adventure for you. When the monarch butterfly represents a person, you can expect that to be a person who is energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative, who is extremely eager to help out, although her endless curiosity might make it difficult for her to stay focused at times. Butterflies are beloved for their nature and their beauty and their captivating presence. Naturally, they represent evolution and new opportunities because they begin as a tiny egg, which becomes a caterpillar, followed by the cocoon, and then finally emerges in all their glorious winged state. The growth opportunities just never end, for you or for the butterfly. The monarch butterfly comes in beautiful shades of orange, corresponding to many things about you, and comes with a message of creativity and passion. It says, look forward, look to the future. Do not look back or belittle the humble beginnings for which you came, but grasp the opportunity that is now presented to you and move forward with it. Because now is the time for you to be inventive and original in whatever makes you happy and makes your heart sing. Our third crystal is the rose quartz, and with that is the card for the raccoon. The raccoon is all about personal transformation, reevaluation, life's reviews, and making changes, letting go of the past. It is also about curiosity and problem solving. The raccoon represents a time when you may well be taking stock of your life and thinking about what is next. You know where you've been, you know where you are. The question now is, where are you going next? Getting clarity about your life's purpose and making important changes will ensure that you're on the path that most suits you. It may be time to let go of your current way of life, or even of certain people within your life that no longer serve or match your calling. Forgive what has been and embrace what is to come, but do so without judgment. Raccoons are full of adorable curiosity and intelligence. They exhibit loyalty to their group and to others around them. They are very good at problem solving and are extremely adaptable and always ready to explore something new and to explore their life, which makes them a perfect symbol for you at this time, because if you've drawn this card, this says that that is the person you are. Good at problem solving, adaptable, and ready to move forward and explore life and explore what is new ahead of you. Grasp what is coming, leave behind what has gone, and move forward and grasp your opportunities. 3 cards there, very much talking on a similar theme and giving similar advice. And I hope they've been of help to some of you. Thank you for listening to me.
Lovely, thank you, Frank. Okay, let's bring tonight's service to a close. We'll go to Lainey for the closing prayer, and then we'll play out the closing Vesper. Thank you, Lainey.
Thank you, Rob. Okay, so wherever you are, please, if you feel comfortable and it's safe to do so, just take a moment to calm your mind and your heart, and just to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and imagine sending your beautiful energy, your aura, out into the big wide world of love and healing. Divine Source, guides, spirit friends and loved ones, thank you for being with us this evening. I ask that you surround each and every one of us with your beautiful golden light of healing, love and protection. I thank you for allowing me to bring messages through from loved ones in the spirit world to those here on the earth plane. Please, I ask that those, as has been mentioned, that have not received messages, that you take comfort from knowing that your loved ones are always around you. Please keep us all safe and well, and that this new year, that we each make it as special as we can for both ourselves and for those we love. Always be kind, compassionate, generous with your love and your time, and wish you all well. Thank you. Amen.
Well, big thank you to Lainey Baine for putting in some overtime there tonight on the messages, bringing us some really lovely and emotional messages to start the year off in the best way. And I can see from the comments here that they're really appreciated out there. So thank you everyone for attending tonight. Thank you also to Elaine Grout as our medium in church, taking care of things there. Thank you to Frank for chairing. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading. And thank you to Frank again for his cards, as he does every week. We'll be back here next Sunday at 6:30 again. So really hope you can join us. Otherwise, have a great week ahead. Take care.